For right now, though, we're switching gears for a special Flashback Friday doubleheader. 20 years ago, on February 10th, the QC business Isabel Bloom was going to leave town.
That's right. Former News 8 reporter, and I like to call him living legend. John David went to a local school to see how QC students were actually reacting.
It's all part of Flashback Friday, only here on The Current on News 8.
When it comes to creating art, Alex Wentz-Kunis is getting some hands-on experience. The Alleman High senior is a future filmmaker, and like others in this art class, unhappy that Isabel Bloom is cutting jobs.
I think it's really disappointing, that people are willing to move their business out of a country in search of money and not do what's right for the people.
While these students craft clay into interesting creations, they're also learning a lesson about the business of art, a loss that means a rethinking about opportunities.
Who knows what somebody could do that would be a unique art for the Quad Cities.
And inside Alleman High, it's clear that art is more than just a class for some students. It can be a way of life.
In this class, Bridget Trimble finds a way to express herself, and considering the Bloom cuts, wonders about missed job chances for others.
You would think that you could get one here, and then they're moving, so it's harder to find jobs.
Art is a chance to explore for these students, and these days, also a lesson about changing times.
It sends a negative message out for everybody, I feel. Corporations these days only want to make money, and they're not doing what it is for the common good.
Goodness in art, but sometimes a tough business.
But our story does not end right there, because just 10 days later, on February 20th, 2006, which is 20 years ago today, there was an update.
That's right. Here's our former colleague, Courtney Brennan, on that.
Called my mom up at work. I'm like, we got our jobs back.
For 10 years, Kate Hansen has put the white finishing on Isabel Bloom figurines. She's built up a big fan base with her family and friends who were crushed when Kate told them 2 weeks ago she had lost her job.
So we're never going to buy another one. It doesn't mean as much now that, your initials won't be on it and it's not going to be made in the Quad Cities.
That response seemed to be the consensus throughout the area. Bad news for the owners, who were embarrassed by the outcry.
3 of us are owners of this company, and we have legal rights to the ownership of the brand. We don't own the brand. The community owns the brand.
They spoke out in such a huge response that, they made a difference. Made a difference to the local art and local jobs, which is very important. Appreciated that a lot.
Bloom employees can't thank the community enough for their support. Caster David Bedford has made concrete molds for the past 22 years and can now stop looking for a new job.
I think everybody took a deep sigh, a real deep breath, because it's kind of like, okay, now we don't have to continue what we're doing.
And Isabel Bloom is still there today on River Drive in
Very much
Davenport.
so. With great designs every time.
Seriously.